Hi all. So today we are going to discuss about a program, server client program, using socket programming in the Python language. So for this program, we have a file, and inside this file we have two other files called client data and server data. Inside the client data, we have a client file which is a Python file and other two text files called data and file. So inside the Python file which is called a client file is is the file which contains all the code related to the program, and the other two files will have the files which is to be uploaded and deleted from the server. And in the server data we have also a Python file called server which contains all the code related to the program and server. Now we are coming to the programming part of the program, main program part. First of all, we should import all the libraries that we need, that is OS, socket and threading. OS is for recognizing the functions that we need. Socket is to have a connection, that is the TCP socket connection. And threading is used for the concurrency. These are the three main libraries that we use in this program. And when we come to the main part of the program, we use a function called socket.getHostName function. This is used to fetch the name of the host or name of the system that we use. It is actually we just fetches the name of the system we use and give it to the pass it to the PC underscore name. And next is IP socket.getHost by name PC name. This is to convey the IP address of the system that we give in the argument part. The IP address of the system that we use will be given to the argument part of this command. And the port number will be 4456. Next is the ADDR, which includes a tuple with IP number and port number, and the size is 1024. The format that we use is the format UTF-8 format. Next is the server data part, that is the server data which includes the file server.py. This is the file that contains server.py, our program. And when we come to the main part of the program, that is the def main. First of all, a line will be printed, that is the server is starting, and then we have a connection between the server and the PC called the socket.socket. And this is to have a connection between the server and PC, so that we would have a connection between them. And next is the server.bind command, server.bind ADDR command, which is used to bind the host name with the IP address. This is the same ADDR that we have used before. This ADDR, which is a tuple that contains IP and port number. And then again, when we come to the main part, next we have a server.listen command. While listening to the client, here the IP and port number of the server's system is given, and server starts listening. So then the line server is listening on will be printed, and the IP and port number will be given. And inside the while loop, the server is being connected to the client using this command, connection ADDR is equal to server.action, and we have a thread. This is thread handling which we need in this program. And here the next is the handle. We have handling here in the thread handle client target is equal to handle client that we have used here before in the program. Def handle client, a new connection connected, that is the connection between the server and the client. So it is the here where it is being connected, and a line welcome to this file server will be printed on the screen. So inside the while we have the instruction data is equal to connection.resize.decode format. This is the instruction that is basically used to give that is given to recognize the instruction given from the client. It could be like the instruction help, delete, upload, logout, etc. Where help is to help the user or the client, and delete is to delete a file, and upload is to create a file, and logout is to log out of the directory. And next is data is equal to data dot split at the rate, where using at we split the data. This can be used while deleting a file. That is, we use the delete and name in the argument form. So the delete and the argument can be separated by the at the rate symbol. And next is the CMD is equal to data of 0. The upload part is being moved to CMD. If CMD is equal to list, that is then the files is equal to os.list directory, where we are about to list the directories in the file. Then send data is equal to OK at the rate, where send data is initialized to OK at. If the length of files is equal to 0, then the send data is initialized to this server directory is empty. The message will be displayed. Else, we will list the names of all the files using this command send data plus equal to join, where we could list all the files. Then connection dot send data encode. Then if CMD is equal to upload, main text is equal to data of 1, data 2. Since upload has the name of the file, the name is saved to data 1 and data 2 respectively. Then file path is given, and with open file path W, with open command we can open the file in server data directory, and file is given write permission using W command, where the W is given in this command, the write permission is given to it, and then the text is written. All the contents of the text are copied. Here when f.write text is given, all the contents of the text are copied, and the send data will be the message will be displayed as OK, file upload successfully, and the connection is being encoded. And then if the CMD is equal to delete, then the files in the directory is taken by the command files is equal to os.list directory server data path, and the send data is initialized to OK at, and the file name is given initialized with data of 1, where the file name is given to the data 1 and it is just passed to the file name. And if the length of files is equal to 0, then the message is given the server directory is empty, and else file name in files os.system, and the particular file with that file name data 1 is removed. The file will be removed, and the message will be displayed as file deleted successfully. And if the file is not found, then it is given a message like file not found. The message will be displayed, and the connection will be encoded. And if the CMD is equal to logout, then we just break from the program, and if cmd is equal to help, then there are 5 commands. All these commands are basically what we have in the function, like list, upload, delete, logout, help. All these are the functions that we already have. List all the files from the server, and upload is upload a file to this. It just uploads a file to the server. Delete is used to delete a file from the server. Logout is to disconnect from the server, and help to list all the commands. And the server and the client is being disconnected. In this line, the server and the client will be disconnected. And now the connection with data is being encoded, and the connection is closed. And the connection is closed here when the command is given connection.close. The connection between the server and the client is being closed. And we just come back to the main, and there will be active connection, and the program just ends. And this is all that we have in server.py. And next we can go to client.py. So when to the client.py part, first of all we can import all the necessary libraries. That is, we import the socket library, and we have used the function getHostByName, which actually fetches the IP address of the host, or the address of the host or of the system that we use, and stores it in the IP. And the port number will be 4456. ADDR IP and port, which is a tuple which contains IP and port number, and the format we use is UTF-8 format. Size will be 1024. Next, when we come to the main part of the program, that is def main, in the main section, socket, first of all we use the command client is equal to socket.socket. This is a command which establishes a connection that is between the server and the client. Next is the client.connect ADDR. Here ADDR is the ADDR which we have used before. That is a tuple which has both the IP and port number. And next, inside the while, data is equal to client.recp size.decode format. This is where the instruction given is decoded. And next is cmd message is equal to data.split. Using that we split the data. We could split the data using the @ symbol. Then next is if cmd is equal to disconnected. Here the message will be, which is to be displayed as server, and that the message that is given, and then it breaks from the program. And else if cmd is equal to OK, it just displays the message. And the next section, where data is equal to input, this just reads the input from user and stores it in the data string. And data is equal to data.split. That is the value. The value of the data is split on basis of space. The basis of space here, and now return to the data in the form of list. Next is cmd is equal to data of 0, so that the data in the 0th element of the data is moved to cmd. And when we come to the next part, if cmd is equal to help, it just then what happens is client.send cmd.encode format just encodes the instruction. And if it is logout, here also the instruction is being encoded, and just break out from the program. And if the cmd is equal to list, in this case also just encodes the instruction which is given. And when it is delete, client.send cmd @data of 1.encode format. That is, here the client sends the data to delete file, Here cmd is the command, and data1 which is the name of the file. Data1 will include the name of the file. So the command and the name of the file is passed out and file is being deleted. Then if cmd is equal to upload path is equal to data1, the name of the file is being passed to the path, and with the open f path r as f, that is the it just open the file using the read permission. It just fetches the content of the file and encodes the instruction, sends to the server. Here as R is given, it just gives the permission to read. And text is equal to f dot read, then it just encodes and sends to the server. Then it just else if it is not the thing, then it just sends cmd to the server and just disconnects from the server and closes the connection. That is, the connection between the server and the client is being closed here. And next is the main, so it comes back to the main. And that's all the client.py section. This is what happens in client.py. So here is the part of execution, and this is where we execute server.py. We could type python 3 server.py, and it is displayed that the server is starting and server is listening. And here we could type python 3 client.py so that we could execute client.py, and welcome to the file server is displayed. Now we could type help so that all this is displayed, and here a new connection is established. Active connections will be 1. And so this is how a file can be uploaded, and how it can be deleted. This is the execution of the program, how it can be deleted, and how it is disconnected from the how the server is disconnected from the client. So this is the final output of the program, and thank you.